All right, thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you, Toastmasters, for having me in here again. This is my second time as an evaluator. I still, to be perfectly honest, do not know exactly what I'm doing, but I will do my best. This is going to be a great learning opportunity for me, also for you, Kevin. To start off, I wanted to say that I thought that the poems you picked were fantastic. I think that you clearly understood what you had read and what you were trying to present to everyone. I like that you tied in Mother's Day to one of the first poems, and on top of that, I think you did a very good job, having a good stage presence. I think if I remember last week, you kind of hid behind the podium a little bit. So this time, I think you took that feedback and you got up and you did well, pacing back and forth, and just gave you much more of a strong presence delivering the poetry. I do remember last week you were very hard as an evaluator on, I think it was Nate, so I'll be very hard on you as well. Some of the things that I think you could have improved on was, and this is just for me personally, I would have liked a better explanation of the poems you read. Maybe if you could give an interpretation for us and give me your side of what the poems were, what they meant to you, and how they resonated with you. More importantly though, I think when it comes to reading poetry or reading anything from a novel or a book that you're reading, I think it's important to have it a little bit more memorized so you're not just staring down at the book the whole time, because what I noticed with you is as you were walking back and forth, you weren't giving me enough eye contact, so I just kind of felt like you were reading here, almost reading out loud to yourself. So I would have liked if you maybe incorporated a little bit more tonality. You could have used some more emotion when you were reading the poetry, and also use a little bit more of like a dramatic pause. If I had it in front of me right now, some of the things you were saying in the poem, The New Helen, there was one point where it said, and she rose up with the sea lips. If you just put a pause in there, I think it would have had a little bit more of a powerful impact on the audience. So that's something you might want to work on a little bit, trying to almost take like an actor's mindset and try to feel like you're really trying to put your emotion out there for people, because that's one thing that's very important for me when I hear poetry. But all in all, I think you did a very good job, Kevin, and that's all I have for you tonight. All right.